This week we made our return to Daytona International Speedway. Even though we returned to the same venue, we visited a different track, meaning that Daytona International Speedway is a lot slicker in July than it is in February. Also, our preparation had to change. We were preparing for a night race, and then that got postponed by rain and we were forced to race during the day. Nick Patiga wrote in asking what's been done at restrictor plate tracks to prevent the cars from flipping over like Clint Bowyer did at Daytona earlier this year.
Looked like Jimmy's car just got loose and spun. Look at Clint Bowyer in that 15 car get up in the air. Thing went all, it did a 360.
The new ride height rule and the roof flaps have helped a lot to seal these cars to the ground. But once they spin and the back bumper gets facing forward, a bunch of air gets under the back, all downforce is lost, and in turn a massive amount of lift is created, enough to propel a 3,500-pound race car into the air. I just lifted that. Casey Lavery wrote in asking what a typical work week was like here at MWR and how many employees we have. Well, at Michael Waltrip Racing, we have roughly 240 team members. And as far as the typical work week, no 2 weeks are the same because we always head to different tracks, which means a whole completely different car setup, and most of the time, brand new cars. Here at MWR, we try and stay 6 weeks in advance of our car builds. That means 6 weeks from now, that car is already sitting on the assembly line, getting ready to get everything put together in the shop. Now, depending on how far the track is away from our shop, determines when these trucks leave, be it a Tuesday, Wednesday, or possibly even a Thursday if the track's closed. That means that that week's cars need to be loaded on that truck and have all the equipment loaded and ready to go. Once that happens, our team that stays here at our shop is already working on everything for the next week. Twice, Brian Vickers predicted a big wreck happening, and both times he escaped it with no damage, racing the Florida State National Champion Tribute Aaron's Camry into a second-place finish. Ultimately, it was a wonderful day for Michael Waltrip Racing with 2 top 10 finishes. This wraps up this week, so please keep your questions coming using the hashtag AskMWR as we head to New Hampshire Motor Speedway and Jeff Burton makes his return behind the wheel of the number 66 Camry.